Hello, everyone. It's Professor Chisholm, and this is the overview for week 6 of GD435 website development. And I hope all is well. And let's go ahead and take a look at what's needed for week 6. So this week's you're going to, as I said before, in week 5 video for the next few weeks up until week 10, you will be doing a resource exercise where you will find a resource or of a website or a video that covers a topic related to what is being worked on in the class. Not the topic you have chosen, but on something related to what we're working on, i.e. modal, right? Hamburger menus, XD, UI, UX design, etc., right? So what you're going to do is find something, and then you're going to write a 250 word synopsis of your resource and also include a link to the resource for your peers. Now, you do not need to make any comments on this exercise, though I would certainly tell you to make sure that you're keeping, excuse me, I got the hiccups. I would tell you to keep track of what's being posted since there's no duplicate resources throughout the course. So you can have the same topic, but you cannot have the same resource. So please make sure that you're looking at that. All right, now this week you are working on one design, and I will get that all narrowed down. You were supposed to have done 2 mock-ups. This week you will be working on 1 prototype for your mobile design, and you will have this week and next week to add functionality and finalize all the details for it. Now, I want to make sure that you guys are clear on things. So we're going to use this. We're going to use Blackboard as an example. So we know that we're at Bellevue University because there it is up here in the header area, right? There is Bellevue University. Now, if we go ahead and see how responsive this is, Bellevue stays present at all times because that's the brand. So this is something that you have to take into account, is that you should create a header area that contains the title of your site, should contain the title of your site, and also depending, and see there's the hamburger menu, okay? You need to look at websites. So that title, it never goes away. We always know we're at Bellevue University. This is going to be true with your website. Like if you go to Amazon, Amazon's always at the top. It never changes. That's called branding, right? So you want to make sure that as you're developing, and then notice this, also the content stacks. Everything's on top of each other, okay? So all of the information is one single column in the mobile view. Now, there is, yeah, they're using a little bit of, where was that section that I saw? Columns. I mean, they had information to side by side, but as a general rule, it stacks. It's a single column. You don't see images. Everything stacks on top. So this is part of that research, right? You have to look at that and see how websites work. You're making a responsive website this time around, okay? So there's our hamburger menu, and as we break it out, the hamburger menu goes away. Remember, I told you 80% of users use their tablets horizontally. Look, the navigation went away. So now the navigation is here, back to what we would see exactly like at the desktop. Things are just a little bit compressed, but it looks pretty much like the desktop. And as we pull it out, there is the desktop. All right. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is this week, I'll be looking at how your information is stacked, okay? And you should be, and if I see columns, I'm going to tell you it should be one single column. For mobile, it's one single column. Also, please avoid having the navigation at the bottom. This is not a slideshow. The navigation should be consistent, and especially if you're using a hamburger menu, that hamburger menu. So if you make a sticky header area with the menu in it, so let's see if I can shrink this down again. So if you make everything sticky, which this is, notice how this stays stationary and everything else goes behind it. That's because it's sticking there. And then that navigation is always available to me at any time. It's always available to me at any time. So if you do it right, you don't have to have a back button. And in fact, that's not good UX UI design, okay? So that's the thing. Now, remember, you're supposed to have a useful footer. There's no footer in here per se. So just remember that for your design, you should have a footer. All right. Well, I hope this helps you. I would just encourage you, when in doubt, you got to research. And also, if you have questions, you reach out to me and let me know. Be happy to assist. All right, guys. And remember, now when we go into the tablet and desktop view, you want to maintain consistency, right? So whatever you're doing, so if we make adjustments later on to your project, possibly in the tablet and a header because something's not working out, you're going to have to go back to your mobile view to make any adjustments because there needs to be consistency across all viewports. Okay, so if you establish a header with the title in it, it needs to be reflected on all viewports. As I just showed you, it never goes away. Okay, same thing with the navigation. Navigation stayed there as a sticky. So if you keep your header sticky and your navigation sticky and your footer sticker sticky, right, everything will always be there for you. All right, guys. So with your 6.2, you will provide the process book with updated information in it, and you will also provide the link to either the Figma or the XD. And please make sure that you're replying to 2 of your peers. Okay, so now we want to make sure that we're giving, and now moving forward from this point forward, you're going to be working on the same project. So when we move into week 8 and you start working on the tablet and the desktop, we've already established the design that you're going to use. All right. I hope this helps. Anyways, if you have any questions, please hands in the air and or email me. Keep moving forward. Keep doing what you're doing. I do like what I'm seeing. You're doing a great job. I just want to make sure that you guys are on top of what's needed. Okay? All right. Have a great week. Do great things. I'll see you soon. Bye.